Once upon a time in a small town, there was a man named Daniel. Daniel grew up in poverty. His father worked as a mechanic. His mother cleaned houses. Some days dinner was just bread and water. As a teenager, Daniel worked every odd job you could imagine. Washing cars, selling newspapers, even picking up trash. But it was never enough. The kids in school laughed at him because he wore the same clothes every day. But Daniel carried something they didn't see, a fire inside. One day while walking home from his job at a gas station, Daniel noticed something. People were lining up at a tiny food stall selling grilled sandwiches. The owner couldn't even keep up with the demand. That night, Daniel thought, if one man with a small cart can attract a crowd, why can't I? He didn't have money, but he had determination. Daniel borrowed $50 from a neighbor, bought a used cart, and started selling his own sandwiches on the street. At first, people ignored him, but slowly his kindness, energy, and creativity started to pull in customers. He wasn't just selling food, he was selling hope with a smile. Months turned into years. Daniel reinvested every single dollar back into his business while his friends partied. Daniel worked while others slept. He planned. He missed birthdays, vacations, even relationships, all for one vision. Finally, he opened his first small restaurant, then another, and another. What started as a $50 cart became a restaurant chain worth millions. Years later, Daniel stood at the top of his own skyscraper, a building he had bought with his own money. The same boy who once couldn't afford shoes now signed checks that changed hundreds of lives. But when reporters asked him about his success, Daniel smiled and said, "It was never about the money. It was about proving that where you start does not decide where you finish." Now, we're going to do something different. I want you to write a story with the exact same structure as this one. Where does your story begin? Maybe with a sick boy, an elderly woman, or a stray dog. Every great story has three parts: the struggle, the turning point, and the success. Part 1. The struggle. Start with a character who is going through a tough time. Give them problems. Make them feel like giving up. Make sure your reader connects with this character. Ask yourself, how did they get here? Why are things so bad? What makes your character special? Part 2. The turning point. This is the moment your character changes. They discover something new about themselves. How can your character turn their struggles into strengths? What helps them change direction? Who or what influences your character? Part 3. The success. Your character works hard, faces more challenges, grows as a person, and eventually achieves their dreams. Focus on their journey. How do they stay true to themselves? What sacrifices do they make? What lessons do they learn along the way? Now, go ahead and write your story. Let the world know that no matter where someone starts, they can achieve anything if they work hard and never give up. Write that story and change the world.